and welcome to another video from Creativo Solutions. This is the start of the Accounting for Non-Accountants video series. I know a lot of you out there are probably wondering, why is accounting important? Well, it's probably part of your day-to-day work that you have in terms of your role as a working professional, or it might be accounting at school or university. Well, in this particular video, it doesn't matter what background you have, we're going to be taking you through all the key important points from an accounting point of view to make sure all of you have the fundamentals so you'd be able to deal with accounting in your day-to-day lives. Please post comments and questions below and subscribe to this channel. Please also visit the website www.creativosolutions.com for more content and resources to help you. Alright guys, so to get started, we're going to be looking at the introduction, the background on accounting. There's a few questions here, 2 questions that I'd like you to consider. So I'm going to give you around a minute to think about what is accounting and why is it important. Alright guys, so take a minute and we'll then go through the theory. Alright guys, so what is accounting? Well, you should be thinking about numbers, maybe figures, maybe money. Accounting, in its natural sense, is all about record keeping, okay, in terms of data and providing information. That's the key. Right, so when we're looking at accounting, we're thinking about collecting data, raw data, processing that data, and generating some sort of information. And that process is a process of record keeping. People obviously need this information, and that's the next question that we need to consider is, why is it important? Well, we know accounting is part of day-to-day lives. Right, we go to the supermarket to buy some groceries, and there's a transaction. Okay, those transactions need to be accounted, so we know how much we need to pay and we know what goods we're going to be receiving. Right, so if you think about accounting in terms of data and information, why is it important? Well, it's important because of decision making. Right, we need accounting in order to make good decisions. Right, we won't know how the company is operating. We won't know how good a financial position we're in. Okay, so we need accounting, we need the data, we need the information, and with both of those, we'll be able to make good decisions. Alright, so just to summarize what we've learned in this video, remember the background accounting is based on a transaction. A transaction is between buyers and sellers. Right, so buyers and sellers will enter into a transaction where the one will exchange goods or services for cash. Once we've got these transactions, now what do? Well, we've got all these different transactions. There could be 1, 2, 3, 1,000, 1,000,000 different transactions. Okay, all of these transactions are separate and they're unique. Every transaction is representing a business transaction in terms of a buyer and a seller entering into an agreement. Okay, it could be a contract for an exchange of goods and services. Right, so what do we do with all these transactions? Well, we'll have records. Right, when we go to the supermarket, when we enter into a transaction, we normally get a source document, which is in the form of an invoice, a receipt, a till slip. It could be anything, okay, that represents the transaction. Right, so the record keeping, also commonly referred to as the bookkeeping. Okay, so what is accounting? It's a process to generate what? The information. But that information comes from the data. Right, so the bookkeeping process is going to be accumulating all that raw data, processing that raw data in order to get information. And we know why we need information, right? Information is used for making decisions. Have you ever had a situation where you don't have enough information? You probably have. And in that situation, you probably haven't made very good decisions. So good decisions are made when we have information. And that's the purpose of accounting. Accounting is taking transactions, right? Business transactions in terms of buyers and sellers meeting in the marketplace and creating those paper trails in terms of invoices, contracts, till slips, and all of that data. And once we've collated all that data in order to create the information, we then make good decisions. Now we can make decisions in terms of what plan are we going to go with? Are we going to continue selling a particular product? Are we going to expand? Are we going to change our strategy? Right, so decisions are made based on the accounting records, okay, based on the information that's generated from this particular process. All right, guys, so that's the breakdown in terms of the background in accounting. I hope you found this video informative. Remember to subscribe to the channel. Please comment below if there's something that you want to say in terms of your comments about the content of this particular video. Please write it down below. Follow us, like us, and subscribe. Thank you, guys.